Here comes the good part. The good part is WWSU 106.9 FM and Mice of Men, Ohio's on Fire theme song. Yes, this is a show where Ohio throws down. Ohio is on fire. I'm your host, Daniel Diesel. We are live here at WWSU 106.9 FM. Dane's right choice. And you know what? I think we're going to change the format a little bit tonight, because tonight we got special guests from the UAB. The president of the UAB, Lulu, was here, and she brought friends with her, so we're going to do that in a little bit. And that'll come up soon, as a matter of fact. So what I'm going to do, I think it's time for everyone's favorite segment. I think it's now time for OMVP, and that stands for Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. Do 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 do. All right, that's my little horn music. I use my thumb for my OMVP music. If you don't know what OMVP is all about, and what it is, it's a shout out, not really an award, but a shout out. It goes to a person or a group of people or an entity sometimes to that they're from the state of Ohio, and they did something interesting, or they did something weird but in a good way, or it's sometimes we honor people that have passed on. We do it sometimes. So this is a shout out that's a good shout out. If you're getting an OMVP shout out, then you're doing good. You've done good for the Buckeye State. So anywho, let's there's a list every year. I know most people around the world use a computer nowadays. People love their computer, use it for the internet, iTunes, music. And the thing about computers is that you want to be safe when you're online. I think safety is the key here. So, yeah. But I had technical difficulties beginning the show. It's hopefully I got it fixed. There was something weird with one of the buttons, but I believe I got it fixed. And looks like I sound good. I sound wonderful, because every time I talk, that beautiful green line goes all the way up to the middle of that little. If you ever host radio, any sound that comes out makes a little green line. So it's a beautiful thing. So I should be live and on the air. But the thing, people love their computers, you know. And to keep yourself safe, you need some cyber protection. You need that firewalls. What I have, most people have firewalls. And companies, they need them too, because these companies have websites and they have to do wonderful things with these. So there's a top 500 list of cyber websites with the best cyber security, and among states with companies that are located within a state, it's a top 500 in America. And the bad news, I guess, for Ohio, I guess it could be worse news. Ohio only had one company that was in the top 500 of cybersecurity ventures, and that company was a company called Panopticon Labs. Panopticon Labs. It's based in Columbus, Ohio. You know, it's a factory. They build stuff, yada yada yada, and it's a beautiful thing. I've never worked there. I never heard of these people, but they got a website that people have to log to. Their employees, they have to log in with their. One thing they got to do is log in what they did for the day. So their boss knows what they did, and hopefully they're telling the truth. Wink, wink, probably not. But you need to be secure to make sure that no Trojans or anything weird get in there. And this company has a good website, according to the top 500 cybersecurity ventures. It's an amazing thing. So anywho, with that being said, I got an idea. Panopticon Labs. Everyone that works there, I don't know who the president is or who the employees are. Whoever you are, I tell you what, you're very smart. You work very hard for your country. You're from Columbus, Ohio, which is the capital of Ohio. But you are part of the only company in the state of Ohio to be in the top 500 cybersecurity ventures. So pat yourself on the back. Go get a dinner at Red Lobster, because every employee and staff and boss at Panopticon Labs, you're something this week. You are OMVP, and that stands for Ohio's Most Valuable Pedestrian. Ooh, ah, yep, do 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 do. And we are back with Ohio's on Fire. I'm your host, Daniel Big Diesel, and we are live here in the studios. And I got my guest for tonight. If you're a student on campus, you may have heard of these guys. They're a group called the UAB, University Activities Board. And these are two young females that are behind the group, currently members. But right now we got the president. Hello. She is known as Lulu. And then we got Vice President Ashley. And she's waving at me. So say hello, ladies.
Hello.
Yeah, hello to everyone at home. This is great. So welcome to the show. Now, this is for any of you two to answer. I got a lot of questions because we want to know the secrets that go behind UAB and all the activities that you guys put on for the students at Wright State. So for those that are not familiar with the UAB, what does it do for the students on campus?
So UAB, we are the premier programmers on campus, and we program events that try to cater towards all types of students, whether it's concerts, comedy shows, carnivals. We have movie series, all sorts of different types of shows that students would like to do.
Okay. All right, that is great, Lulu. Now, how do you decide to come up with an event that eventually takes place on campus?
A lot of the innovation that we come up with is through looking at other schools, seeing what they do. We do polls on wings, and we also take in ideas from other students and a lot of research of just ideas that we could possibly bring, and then we go ahead and we bring them.
Awesome. Now I want to ask you this. What's the creative process behind the scenes in putting these events together? Like from step A all the way to the finished product. What happens?
Well, step A starts with that idea. You get an idea and you wonder to yourself, do you think that this idea would be something that students would like? Would they come to this? Would they enjoy? Would they have fun with this? And is it worth bringing? And then from there, we start with the board. We ask all the girls or all the guys, like, what do you guys think about this idea? Do you like it? And then from there, we do research. How much is it going to cost? Is it worth bringing to campus? What's the weather going to be like? What season? When should we bring them? It's really fun, especially if the idea is like a good hit and then it's like a eureka moment. It's a really great moment for us whenever that happens.
All right. Okay, that's a very explanatory answer. I want to ask, where does UAB get their funding? If it's something you can answer.
We get our funding from SOBC. What we have to do every year is we put together a pitch and we request how much money we would like and what categories our money is going to go to. So we look at our travel expenses, and there's a national conference called NACA that we can attend. So we put those prices in there, we put our programming budget in there, we have wages that goes in there, office supply, and then we go ahead and we pitch it at the end of every school year. And they decide how much money we are allotted from there. So.
All right. I guess you can't answer that, but do you ever know how much money you want to get? And like, do you have like is it typically like a 4-digit range? Like the budget that you have is like in the 4 digits, 5 digits.
This past school year we had about $53,000 to program.
Oh, okay. Well, wow. I wish I had $53,000.
Don't we all?
Okay, now I want to ask you this. What is your favorite moment since you became a member of the UAB? This for both of you.
So for me, my favorite moment, for one, I didn't even know I liked the program. I knew I enjoyed things such as that, but I never knew it was to that extent. But when you program an event and it ends up successful and you have 500 people coming to it, it feels great. And not only just that, but I was saying earlier that before I became involved on campus, I didn't know anything that happened on campus, and I didn't even know people on campus other than my classes and things like that.
Okay.
But then after I got involved, I got to meeting people, I got to making more friends,
Yeah.
I got to getting involved, getting free things, and it was just a great experience all around, whether it's programming an event or just being with my friends.
Okay.
For me, my favorite part, I guess, was after, like she had kind of said, like the big event. So putting all this time and energy and effort into this one event, and then all of a sudden you get there and all your hard work is like paid off, and you can see the joy on other students' faces. To me, that's the most rewarding part, is just watching other students be happy. So
yes, and I like a lot of events that in fact we had did you guys put on an event today? We had an event at the Antrim today. It was the
Safe Spring.
Spring Break. Yeah.
That wasn't.
No, that wasn't you guys. I'm sorry.
No, we were a part of it. We collaborated with, I believe, Counseling and Wellness was the one that hosted it, just to inform students a safe way to enjoy spring break, still do what they love to do, but be safe about it. And so we collaborated with them. We had a table in which we did the perfect pour test to see what students really knew about their alcohol intake.
Well, it was awesome. Yes, there was tables where there was groups telling you about safe sex and, like you said, the alcoholism thing. There was also like little surfboard things. Some people were riding little surfboards. So it was awesome. Yeah, Wright State does a lot of cool things for its students. So now, if anyone wanted to join the UAB, what should they do?
Well, if they wanted to join UAB, they can always email me. And my email is uabvicepresident@gmail.com.
Okay.
Also, you can go on OrgSync, and on OrgSync you can join our page, and you can look up our meeting times from there. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are on, I believe we're also on Snapchat.
Okay.
So you can get snaps of our events while they're going on. And then from there, you can decide how involved you would like to get. So you can come to our meetings, and we have regular GM, which are our general members, and they come and we pitch our ideas to them and they give us feedback. Or you can go a step farther and join a committee. And the committees are you'd be paired up with a director, and you would help plan events. So our major event chair, you would help all this, I guess everything, all the details that go into the major events.
Yeah.
You would help the major events chair, and you could be involved. So
Awesome.
there's a couple of different ways you can go about it.
Okay, that's really good, Ashley. That's a good explanation on how someone would join. Now, is it possible that one day the UAB will organize a trip to the moon for its students?
All right. So the moon. Okay. Well, if we can get guarantee for a trip back. Also, if we went to the moon and we did come back, preferably we would come back like soon, not like 50 years later. If we had the money for it, that'd be great too.
Yeah.
But I like the idea a lot. I mean, traveling to the moon would be great.
Well, I like that idea too. Hopefully that'll happen one day. Maybe by the year 2097 that's going to happen. But now I got a few more questions. What events will UAB be putting on throughout the rest of the semester that students should be aware of?
All right. So coming up in April 24th, we have our April Craze.
April Craze.
April Craze is an event that a lot of students have heard about or have know of because they have attended it. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and hopefully everyone cross your fingers that it doesn't rain, because if it doesn't rain, it's going to be outdoors in the North Lawn and the Quad.
Yeah.
If it does rain, we're going to be inside the Student Union, but don't worry, it's going to be fun whether it's indoors or outdoors. Lots of free giveaways, music, entertainment, food. You'll see all of your favorite tables, all your favorite organizations there. But that's happening on the 24th, so definitely keep your eyes and ears open for that.
All right. Cool.
I think she forgot the best part. We're having a zip line.
Zip line.
How could I forget?
How could you forget we're
How could
having
I
a zip
forget?
line?
What would I do without you, Ash?
I don't know. I'm pretty excited about
Yeah,
it though.
I am too.
Well, I'm excited about when the zip line's going to be at April Craze.
Yes.
Well, I might check that out. Well, I want to thank President Lulu, and I want to thank Ashley, the Vice President. Ashley, nice scarf. No one can see it at home, but it's a nice white
thank you,
scarf
guys.
you're wearing. So,
Very
shout out to that. So yeah, good luck to you ladies. I'll see you on campus as you guys put on those events, and I've seen you guys around campus. So good luck to you guys and to the UAB for doing good things for the students. You guys work hard, so it's great. It's great what you do. Thank you once again.
for
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're welcome.
For putting
Lulu-
us on your show at Ohio is on Fire.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you were able to come. Yes, once again, Lulu and Ashley from the UAB.
This is where the Raiders play at WWSU
Sing it, Lee.
106.9 Fairborn Dayton.
And we are back with Ohio's on Fire. It's the beginning of hour 2, and I am your host, Daniel Diesel. But what a great interview we had with the UAB. It was Lulu and Ashley. They do a lot for the campus, and I got to finally interview them. They told me off camera that they've seen this radio station for quite some time, and they just wondered how anyone got on the show. But they had their moment in the sun. They were very excited to finally. They crossed it off their bucket list to be on WWSU. So I was happy to provide that for Lulu and Ashley. And now I gotta get some things off my chest here. Let me tell you, I hear about these great music scenes throughout the country, and there's a lot of good ones. I believe America has the best music scene in the world. We have really smart people that have passion about their music, and we hear about the Austin, Texas market. You hear about San Francisco, New York City, all these big cities, yada, yada, yada. But you know what? There's another market that I think, because they're a lot smaller, they're not nearly as appreciative. They don't get as much love as other regions. But I believe the Dayton, Ohio music scene is the most underrated music scene in all of music, in all the country, in all the land. Hoo 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 hoo. But no, seriously, Dayton, Ohio is a really good place for music. So I want to take some time to talk about that. People want, I think part of that is there's a lot of good schools. Like Wright State is good with training with their music department. We got music choirs. You got special music classes. Also, Yellow Springs is a hotbed for music classes. I know Antioch and actually the high school, they got a world-renowned music program. They've actually competed nationally. So Yellow Springs has the education of our music system is really good. Our education. And of course Dayton, there's a lot of private schools in Dayton, get top-notch education. So I think part of it is just that people that are musicians, they learn when they're young and they get good teaching. So that's one big part of it right there, is great education in the actual music. And the other thing is innovation. We got the tools to be innovative, and I just want to tell you, if you don't know where to find music, to me, music is very important to the soul, because when life brings you down, a lot of bad things happen in your life, tragedy, loss of job, loss of hope, loss of friendship, loss of family, or you're walking outdoors in a car that runs into a mud pool and hits mud in your face, you get all dirty. You need something to cheer you up, and my friend, that is music. And music is the greatest gift we could get as people. And let me tell you where you can find music in Dayton here, in case you don't know, because I think this is important. But anyway, some of the places to listen to music in the area. First off, you got your local theater. I believe every good community actually has a theater scene, at least one. In my hometown of Xenia, we actually got two. We get high schools, they got their drama club that puts on plays, and Beaver Creek has one too. It's their high school drama club, and they put on a play at their theater, which is open to the public. You can actually buy a ticket, go watch these, and it's great. And they're wonderful. These are the future actors of America, and often they sing song and they're dancing to music. It's a beautiful thing. And of course, there's a local theater, usually occupied by volunteer young adults or older people. I know in Xenia there's a thing called the X Act. That's one thing that comes to mind. And go to your local theater. If you want to hear music, you can check out your local theater. I believe everyone has one. Even schools have. Every community has one. Because I know we got some small communities around here. I know Spring Valley, even their schools, their music programs open to the public. So you can hear high school stuff at Spring Valley. And there you go. It's there. It's very underrated because not a lot of people know to go to these theaters, and especially in small communities. Another place I believe you can go find music is a retail store that sells physical copies of the music. And of course, it gives you a good idea of a catalog of music. I know downtown Dayton has a better variety. They still got those specially owned record shops, which used to be quite the. It was much more common back in the 90s, but due to the economy and small markets wasn't able to have the traditional record ownership stores. It was a lot harder to keep that in business because everyone went to digital or they went to the bigger stores. Because these major retail stores, you can still get CDs, even though whether what your thoughts are on major league shopping like Walmart, Target, whatnot. It is a place to buy music. And you can buy not just the mainstream, you can buy a lot of stuff at these retail places. There is a variety. There's classic rock CDs, compilation CDs. You can buy DVD concerts. So yes, you can just go to a store that sells music. You'll find something you like. Just take some time to look. So that's one good thing. Yeah, go shopping. That's what I'm telling you. Daniel Diesel wants you to go shopping. Shopping for some music and some shoes. Alright. Another thing that you can do is walk the streets of the city. Not necessarily small towns are really good for this. At least not many small towns. Something like Dayton. something like a Cincinnati, or even a city that's right next to the big city, you'll see, if you walk the cities, walk the streets, you'll see street musicians and dancers, street dancers, street singers, street choirs, and they're really good. A lot of them are really good. I think a lot of them, they're doing that as to make extra money just to pay the rent, or maybe they have enough money, maybe they work in business someplace and just doing it because they love it, and it makes them feel at whole again, makes them at one with the city. So go on the streets of a big city and just walk around. You'll find a street musician. That's another good way to see music, especially in Dayton, Ohio. A lot of street musicians during festival season. Oh yeah, small concert venues. Yes, I can't say enough about Blind Bob's. I can't say enough about the Oregon Express. I can't say enough about the East Street Canal, which is across the street from Dayton Dragons Field, Fifth Third Field. Other small places. We got McGuffey's. McGuffey's is really good. And W.O. Wright's. Listen, the tickets are cheap normally. Go some of the best music acts. They're undiscovered. They might go on to American Idol or do something cool. You can find them at these local small concert venues. Just buy a ticket, go by yourself, or bring a friend, bring a few friends, and check it out, and they'll meet with you. A lot of these artists that's coming up on the local scene, they actually want to meet their fans. You know, they don't have a lot of security that's holding them back. They're very intimate. They're a lot more appreciative of the fans they do have, because they haven't made it big yet. They can probably count on their hands how many fans they have. Probably not the joke, but you know, it's easier to keep connected when you have an intimate audience like that, and especially if they're really good. If you're really, it's a treat if you can find someone really good. I think there hasn't been a time I haven't went to a small venue that I didn't see someone that was really good. I've seen Need More. I remember, I think I've told this story before. It was years ago. I got to see Need More and Vanity Fair. I got friends in those bands, and those are really good bands. Like, I don't see why they couldn't make it nationally. Maybe they will eventually, but they are local legends in the Dayton, Ohio scene. And of course, Need More, they went on to perform the Dayton Revival Festival, which was one of the biggest festivals Dayton ever had, and it was a thing of beauty. They're great, and you get to see them for like $10. I got to see them both perform for $10. That's $5 an act. That's really good. And of course, I had my concert where you could see 12 acts for $10, but the music was good. But let's just say my wallet didn't like it too much, so I had to get that out there. Yes, I'm still plugging my DimCon concert, which more about Dim in a minute. But another place that you can find good music if you live in Dayton. Oh yeah. A music shop. If you want to buy a guitar, or if you want to pretend to buy a guitar, like, you can pretend that you know what you're talking about. There are these clerks that work there. They're there to serve the needs of the customer. Just tell them, hey, how's that guitar sound? Or how's that drum kit sound? And you know what? They'll play it for you. A lot of these clerks are actually musically trained. They have to be in order to understand how it works. So you're a trained musician, or you're trained in music sales, and you work at these places, and they play for you, and it's amazing. So and I got a thumbs up from my boss, Shannon. So anyway, college radio in general, the only place you can get real radio is a good college radio station. Just go online, look up any college you can think of all around the world. Yes, around the world, even around the world, because we got the College Radio Day every October, and all these college radio stations, we get together every year, and we put together College Radio Day. And these artists, usually independent artists, a few celebrities, they record promos saying, hello, you're listening to College Radio Day, come together. And that's the day that you buy your DJ an Apple. So let me tell you something. If we do College Radio Day next October, and we have, I'm hosting on that day, I'm doing a show on Radio Day, I want you to bring me an Apple. I want an Apple. You know, I still want my blue truck that I won when I won Show of the Week. So the people, you can chip in and buy that for me. What else? Just, you know, but we're not worthy. You know how in Wayne's World they go, you're not worthy. I want you to do that to your DJ. I want you to come to me and say, you're not worthy. We're not worthy. We're not worthy, Daniel Diesel. And that's why it's College Radio Day. So we got appreciation days for teachers, for CEOs, for parents, grandparents, and I think we have some for pimps also. But that's in foreign countries, of course. Not this country. But yeah, it's College Radio Day. So that's something I want to inform you. So yes, that'd be great if you can support your college radio station, support WSU, support Daniel Diesel and what he does best. And so that's the music scene. That's what's going on in Dayton, Ohio. Now it's time for the final message. I want to talk to you about the power of loving yourself. I've mentioned this several times, and I got to go to this well again because it'll make me feel better. But yes, I lost my grandfather back in December, right before Christmas, and he had passed on the day before I did my Christmas special, which I was able to pull through. Of course, I lost my grandma, and I've lost several relatives that I grew up with over the years. I have doubts of myself sometimes because I love doing this, but I mean, you know, you don't know. I don't like to think about 5 years from now because I'm not really sure, because I don't know, because there's a lot of people that I've met over the years have moved on. People I went to high school with, junior high, they've grown up, they have kids. Of course, we do have a reunion. I believe my high school reunion is this coming summer. I mean, so I'll get a chance to see those good people again. And of course, at times I get to see family that's out of state. Reunions, if you will. But other than that, though, I don't have a partner in crime. I don't have a best friend in the world. I have good friends. I have good business associates. Other than that, I think it's great to have loving partners. I hear about these couples. They just get to talk to each other, these good guy-girl relationships. Well, most of them are guy-girl. There's same-sex couples, too, which is fine by me, as long as you love each other. Just someone to talk to, people to talk to, and that's some days that's hard for me to find, and sometimes I think because maybe people don't love me. I don't love myself sometimes. I lack confidence, and yes, when I was a little kid, I did deal with depression. That's something that I've recovered from. Well, I'm trying to recover my whole life. I don't know if you can fully recover from it if you have it. I like to think you can. Just a new way of thinking. But for me, I feel like a lot of people that get their way, they're sexy hunk. They have rich parents. They had everything given to them. They're naturally pretty. Everyone's got to be beautiful. And I am the lone wolf, which that's kind of a badge of honor that I once had, but I'm kind of getting tired of it. Maybe Daniel Diesel's tired of being a lone wolf. I think Daniel Hood is tired of being a lone wolf. And so what do I do? What's going to happen? Where do I find these wonderful people that like the same things I like? What happens? Who's going to look out for my future? Who's going to make sure that I'm not a homeless bum that finds a radio on the streets and listen to new DJs at WWSU? What's going to happen? Who's going to keep me warm at night? I don't know. But I have had a lot of time to think. And one thing that I've learned, you got to love yourself. You do live with yourself. You can't control the bad things that happen, because if you live long enough, bad things will happen. And realities that you didn't think would ever exist finally happen. I live in reality where my grandparents are not here. I live in reality where the people that I enjoyed growing up with when I was a kid, and people I've been to school with, I do not know if I'll ever see them again. I really enjoyed, and just like that, they kind of floated away. And that perhaps if I'd done something different, if things were different, perhaps my friendship would have been better. Things would have been different. Kind of like the butterfly effect. You go back, you change one little thing, and then you wake back in the present, and things are different. Things are the ways that you might want them, but then again, it could be worse. Who knows, if I change something in the past, it might make it worse. As soon as I might get hit by a bus and I wind up dying, I may not be here even. So maybe it's good that I'm actually here, and this is all for a reason. It's allows me to go on a journey, because we have journeys. I know for college students that I go to school with currently, I'm a senior, and for those of you that are seniors, like Lulu, our friends Lulu, and I think Ashley, she's a junior. One of these days, they got to make the next step. And do they know what their next step is? Maybe they do, or maybe they do not. Maybe they're in the same boat I am. But what do you do next? I wouldn't worry about the future anymore. I talk about when I can. I mean, I think there is a point where you consider that. But you know what? You hold on to your whatever that you like right now. You think what you can do to keep that. If you really enjoy something, I mean, you learn from what you didn't do in the past, and you make yourself better. You love yourself. You got to remember that you live yourself forever. You got to love yourself. You got to believe in you. You got to give yourself mental health, give yourself strength. You got to take care of yourself. Because if you're not well, you can't take care of others. You can't take care of a child. You can't take care of people that might need you. You got to be your own hero before you can be a hero to somebody else. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do. I don't know I'm not going to say that's easy. Because like I said, I have self-doubt. You know, I was the kid that was made fun of in the schoolyard. And I need to learn with myself. And if I can love myself, other people will love me. They'll see a better person, a better entertainer. Everything I want to do, I always want to do better. And I believe it starts with confidence, starts with inner strength, starting with believing. You believe that you get what you want. If you believe, you will think it. When you think positive things, that comes back to you. And you just you enjoy it. You just gotta enjoy the good things when they happen. Just I think that's why we hear about these people that go on drugs and alcohol. I don't think they know that. They don't know that. I think it's doom and gloom. They take life for granted. And I know this is a movie. One of my favorite movies from the last 3 years that I enjoy watching is Flight. It stars Denzel Washington. And of course, I told Lulu and Ashley about this, and they actually want to go watch it after I told them about it. But in Flight, Denzel Washington plays a pilot. He's a really good pilot. He loves what he does, and he's really good at what he does. But he has a problem with alcohol and drugs. And pretty much every day, he wakes up in the morning and does drugs and alcohol, and impairs his 100% physical state. It changes his way of thinking, and of course there was a scene at the beginning, not to give away too much. He drinks, and of course he's in a hotel with, I think, a hooker. I assume it's a hooker, and they're doing drugs and alcohol, and then it's his life. He's living life on the edge, and then he gets on an airplane. He puts on his pilot suit. He goes on a plane. And then there's turbulence, and there's an issue with the plane. And of course, most people that smoke coke and drink beer and then go on an airplane and fly, more than likely they're going to crash in real life. But this guy had such a high tolerance to the substance that he was able to operate. He saved most of the people that were on the flight. I think 6 people only die, and then they go on this big thing about he's a hero. And so anyway, check it out. It's Flight by Denzel Washington. But I got to thinking, sometimes I feel like, I don't do drugs or alcohol, but sometimes I feel like Flight. Like maybe I'm not really in control. Like I'm on an airplane, I'm on a boat, and I'm doing a thing that I love, and I don't want it to ever end. And then the boat starts to rock. I've actually had a few dreams about being in a boat. More specifically, I've had dreams about these purple walls here at the studio. And it transformed into a boat. Out in the mirror, I see an ocean. And it's the most beautiful sunset ever. It's beautiful, I'm happy, and then it starts to rock. Everything goes haywire. Everything falls apart. And I try to use my skill set. I try to be the hero and fix everything. Make everything better. And then it doesn't get better. It gets worse. Like that ocean turns into a volcano. and then my boat explodes, and then I wake up, and I don't know what to do with myself. So I gotta learn that. I want my friends to give me. I need all the advice I can get, so I can be a better Daniel Hood, be a better Daniel all the way around. It makes me sad, like when Robin Williams he died. He was such a loving person. He was one of the most funniest people on earth. But he was in so much pain when he died, and he put himself in torture when he died, and that upset a lot of people. I don't want anyone to really feel how Robin Williams felt when he died. People should want to die with peace. People should find what makes them you, what makes you a better person, what makes you number one. That's what it's about. When you tell yourself you're number one, don't listen to other people. Don't listen to the jerks that tell you you're number two. Tell yourself you're number one, and you're on the winning team. 24/7, yourself is the winning team. And the people that are in your life that say yes to you and you only, and are honest with you, and will have conversations with you, they're on the winning team. They're on your team, and that's the winning team. Remember that. Fairborn, Dayton, Ohio, that's the way it is. Warning, this episode of Ohio is on Fire contains strong opinions and viewpoints that belong to the host and guests that appear on Ohio is on Fire. This show contains entertainment and honesty that reaches extreme levels. Please do not try this at home.
Tyrants did it. Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
My name is Elizabeth Holford, and I'm the Executive Director at Equality Ohio.
I have a First Amendment.
Equality Ohio?
These officers want me to leave this position just because you got cameras.
Equality Ohio.
Can you believe it?
Witnesses say during a heated confrontation, a healthcare reform opponent had his pinky finger bitten off when he stuck it in a healthcare reformer supporter's face. Police say the 65-year-old man picked up his finger and drove himself to Los Robles Hospital, where they're now trying to reattach it. Police tonight are searching for the biter who ran from the scene.
Hey, look! Silence! I can't take no more. Fire! 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 Fire!
Let's just talk. Listen, I'm sorry. You're highly professional at what you do. Get here.